Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. It's Challenge Cup time. Stade Francais taking on the Lions, and in the Challenge Cup. Apologies for being a bit late. Had a couple of difficult issues they had to sort out, which all seem to have been sorted out. So hopefully it will remain there. Speaking of difficult issues, Lions are playing in what might be one of the worst rugby jerseys to have ever been put on. Ever. I've got no idea what's going on here, but it's not looking good at all. In fact, it's a disaster. But yeah, so it's an interesting kit that we've got going on here. But anyway, so we are in the Challenge Cup, and the reverse fixture of this saw the Lions actually beat Stade Francais down in South Africa, and it's once again quite a young Stade Francais side, not their strongest side ever. And they can put out. So if you look at the Lions, for example, JP Smith, PJ Butt, Asnat, and Clever Canyon, I thought was very impressive last week. Willem Alberts in the second row with Darren Landsberg. You think on Yakukreel, Emil van Heerden, Emmanuel Tuka as Lucia. Good to see Yakukreel back in the side. Emil van Heerden, Emmanuel Tuka. Also, I thought I had pretty good games last week. As we do get kickoff, Johnny Lombard back in the side. Does start things off, goes over to. And it's a well taken kickoff there from Stade Francais, playing in their very famous pink. In terms of Stade Francais players to watch out, Vincent Koch, obviously a big player for them. South African prop, as well as James Hall, former EP Kings. EP Kings, former EP Kings scrum off actually. Watched a bit of rugby for him. Very nice player. And this is a very big rolling maul that Stade Francais have got going. But the Lions eventually managed to come through the middle, and they don't have to roll away. So there should be turnover ball. It is turnover ball. And gonna get a poll going in the comments as well. Who will win this clash? Lions, Stade Francais, or a draw even, potentially. A draw could be on the cards here as well. Hopefully not a head draws. Draws are very boring. Right, first scrum of the day. This should be an interesting moment. That's not in Clavicania, and had an absolutely brilliant time at the scrum time last week. Where he absolutely demolished anyone really that was put in front of him. So you should see how they go again. Once again, looking to try and get the shove on. They do have a bit of a shove. Morton van den Berg trying to get that ball out. Eventually comes, and it's good hands there from Morris Lowe, putting a bit of pressure on Gian Lomba, but an early penalty. And we'll take that as well. So nice start here for the Lions. Let's go. Just said Lions number 13, definitely deserves the box jersey. Yeah, old Henk van Beek, it's good to see him back as well. And Kieran Horn will kick the score out using that left boot, essentially not to use Andrews Kutsia. But Kieran Horn is in good form, actually. Really enjoy watching him. I like him at fullback, but he's definitely starting to learn how to do a job on the wing as well. Good line as well. And Morris Lowe, it's a big hit on them though. Ball's there. Morton van den Berg going to Emmanuel Tuka. Morton van den Berg now going towards the right to Morris Lowe. Popping into Joe Lombard. Good hands. Hickman van Beek straightening. Off the ground. Has it gone forward? Kieran Horn inside. Morton van den Berg spilled it. Oh, how you done? He's just butchered what would be a guaranteed try. I'm hoping that we're going to go back for a knock on earlier, because how is he stuffed? I think it was gone forward anyway from Henk van Beek. What a start this is though. Really nice hands there. It's a big hit on Morris. Morris Lowe. There's a little deft touch of the Johnny Lama bringing in Henk van Beek. He probably should have got that off bit earlier. If he'd gone to Andrews Kutsia, I reckon Andrews Kutsia could have drawn a pass and gone to Kieran Horn. And how is Morton van den Berg? I'm interested to see where the scrum will be, because if the scrum is If yeah, so it's more Van den Berg stuff. I mean, yeah. So I sorted a couple of things out. Right, so it's pretty solid scrum there, and the Stade Francais have just sort of found a bit of angle, trying to give something for Joris Seconds to work with. He's back in the pocket, waiting the ball from James Hall. Looks like he'll go for the box kick there. Does go for the box kick. And finds touch just past sort of the 10-meter line. So I think a big chance gone begging there for the Lions, really. I think it does look as if Morty van den Berg had taken that he would have gone through. He would have strolled through, really. Literally could have strolled through and scored a try. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say the Stade Francais pretty lucky not to be behind. Can't have a chance like that go begging. It's annoying. It's very annoying. Not as annoying as this horrendous away kid, which I think we obviously forgot about. Then we tried stuck on Fly Emirates and they're all coming off. So it's not going well. But Low goes to Emmanuel Stuka on the back of the line. Morty van den Berg going towards the right, and he's wrapping around. And he's fumbled it. Now Ange Kutsia is eventually brought down to ground by Sitaleka Tamani. Now, pretty good Yanni Lombard's starting to strength to stuff on. So turnover ball and a knock-on advantage as Migdu is drifting quite wide. Oh, and that's a red. I mean, I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's wet out there, but the handling has not been particularly impressive early on here. Right, big scrum here for Stade Francais, middle of the park, still inside their own half. We haven't seen any action, and the big scrum there. James Smith coming up there. Now also going down the left-hand side, bit of an overlap. Heike van Wyk, Morty van den Berg eventually completed the tackle. Nice tackle there from the scrum officer. Very good defenders, Morty van den Berg. I think it's something that he's been working on that. Nice hit there from me from here. Willem Alberts completing that tackle. Stade Francais in the Lions half for the first time. That's a nice big hit, and driven back was Tamani. Not too much on. The ball goes high in the air. It'll be a test here for Adolf van der Merwe. It's right against touchline though, so it'll be out in the full. So that's a big mistake there for Stade Francais, and it'll give Lions a line. More importantly, it'll go back to being within inside Stade Francais half. The nice start from the Lions though. The defense will look pretty good. Nice solid hits there being made, and really in the last, I don't know if it's an attitude thing. I mean, they lost last week. But defensively, really decided to start showing a bit of physicality. And we haven't seen that all the time during the season, which has been very frustrating. So nice to see that a couple of the boys are standing up and willing to sort of flex their size and stuff. Now, PJ Borch is going to be good at the lineouts here. He is an area where he struggles. And once he gets popped up, it's gone back to PJ Borch, pops back to Morty van den Berg. Long pass out to Marius Lowe, who pops it up to Willem Creel. Not getting too much momentum there. Morty van den Berg now going to Johnny Lombard. Inside ball to Emil van Heerden. I thought a very impressive debut last week. Slow ball for Morty van den Berg. Going to Lombard. And yeah, I'm just going to see I think it's hit before the pass was made. So I mean, it's all very well. Alex Harate, who's patting on the back and trying to remind him, like saying, I'm here, but I mean, he tackled him without the ball. So, and they're all offside anyway. So the penalty for the Lions, and this is very kickable. So I think Johnny Lombard will kill for a kicking tee. Could have our first points on the board for the game. But interesting to see a lot of runners off the ball carrier. But yeah, nice physicality being shown so far early on by the Lions, and it's good to see because the Lions, as I said, for me, defense is so much about attitude. It's the fundamentals. Most players, I mean, obviously tackle technique can be refined, but most players, know how to tackle from a technique perspective. But I think defense, a lot of it is attitude. And I think there are certain players, certain people who just live to defend and enjoy it. You can see they get a lot of kick out of defending well, making big hits, making dominant tackles. And, that's really good to see. A couple of Lions players are doing it. So we are going to take the 3 points here. Johnny Lombard lining it up. His first effort of the day into the side. Jordan Hendricks injured for the foreseeable future, and an update. And that's a horrendous kick. It sails to the right-hand side. Looks like a little bit up in the wind. I don't know if there is a wind in the stadium. It's not a great attempt there from Johnny Lombard. You can see, I think he's indicating that the wind just took it right. So they're having to adapt to the conditions early on here with Johnny Lombard. Now waiting on the restart from Alex Arate. It goes, yeah, actually, no, you can see the ball spiraling in the wind there. So that does look to be quite windy, and they managed to happily let that ball bounce. It looks to build up a bit of steam. Big tackle. He's landing on his head there, ref. How is that not a penalty? He's literally landing on his head. How is that not a tip tackle? Ref, are we watching the same game here, chap? Yeah, thank you. Eventually, I need to come from the assistant there. That is, I mean, come on, man. Oh, damn right there's no advantage. Oh, it's a horrendous tackle. Lombard fine touch off between the 10 meter and the 22. PJ Burcher goes to Darren Landsberg. It's a much better line. Yakura coming with the back. Inside ball to the Edelman Merva. Nice little set move from the line up there. Making a few yards there, and they go towards the right-hand side. Darren Landsberg accepts the side one. Now JP Smith. JP Smith with the gap. Oh, and he gets the offload away to Willem Alberts as well. Brilliant hands there from the loose set prop. Things you'll love to see. More from the bird to Joey Lombard. Fires out to Anus Kutsir. Throws the ball back in field, and it will eventually run out. A couple of nice touches there, and you felt, probably just need a step inside really and try and keep the ball in play. But promising play once again. Really nice little hands there from JP Smith, who I've actually been very impressed with. I think he's become actually a very, very competent signing from the Lions. And yeah, Stade Francais happy to just bring it down from the line and then try and find touch. Trying to progress further up the park, but good pressure from the Lions to keep them. Morris Lowe, it looked like it was going to offload the upfield, time to go himself. Lions once again on the attack, Emil van Heerden. Slow ball now for Morne van den Berg. Going towards the left. Jacob van Veek. Jacob van Veek gets through, gets the offload as well. I'm just going to see it. He was wrapped up in the tackle by his condiment. Now they go down the side. It's Jacob van Veek, so nobody ahead of him. Cuts inside. Jacob van Veek. He's just short. Lions 3 meters up. Morne van den Berg. Straight to Emil van den Merwe. Surely they're not on side. Never back on side. Surely, ref. Morne van den Berg now going to manage Tuka. Lions on the doorstep here. They're literally a meter out. Now the heavy boys can come and arrive. Pick up and drive. Advantage as well. JP Smith trying to get over. That's going to be held up, but it will be a penalty. Yep. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm, Morris was asking the right questions there, saying were they ever back on side? I'm not convinced they were. John and I was saying, what do you think about Cheers losing at start? Actually, no, I missed the game, unfortunately. Are you doing the Munster match? Who's Munster playing? No, I hadn't planned on doing it. So we'll be doing the Northampton. Unfortunately, won't be doing that match. We will be doing the Sharks match though, and we'll be doing the Bulls match today as well. So we'll have 2 more rugby matches. We'll also be doing a cricket stream later. So we'll actually have 2 streams going at the same time on the channel, which will be quite new. Pro Capitals made 216. What? That's great. I saw that Will Jacks was batting very well earlier when I clicked the there. But we're 13 minutes into 14 minutes here. Lions are on the doorstep. Can they really capitalize and score some early points? Early substitution here. And Achari's been gone off, and Adogwu's on. And HIA is the call there. So look at the rolling more. PJ Boyd controlling things in the back here. Looking good, looking good, looking good. And they're over. Try time, boys. We're moving, we're moving. Come on. Up the Lions. Let's go. We're winning the champion. We're winning the Challenge Cup, chaps. There's nothing for it. I mean, it's just it's not an opinion. That's not a hopeful. That's just a fact. Deontay, following the Australian fiasco, I'm quite encouraged by the performance of the SA youngsters in the T20. Yeah, 100%. There's plenty of talent in the country. But yeah, so we will be doing the JSK versus MI Cape Town game later. So if you want to watch, you want to hang on, watch a bit of cricket later, we will be live for that, and I'll be joined by another Stephen, which should make life a bit interesting. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the SA20 so far. I think it's been a really interesting competition, and hopefully we'll continue to see some cool games. It looks like an absolute pearl of a deck over there at Super Sport Park in Pretoria. Pretoria Cap's been the first team to go past the 200 mark. Johnny Lombard will have an attempt to goal here. It's about 7-8 meters in the field. No, not the most difficult. It's on the left-hand side of the park. So, I just started on the right and curled it in. Did struggle a little bit with the wind in his earlier attempt. The camera seems a bit wet, so I don't know what the conditions are. I don't know if there is a bit of rain out there. And he's kept it pretty straight, and it's gone straight through the poles. Much better kick that from Johnny Lombard. He adds the extras. Lions go to 7 points at 10-0. A good take there from Dan Landsberg, and the ball's landed in an awkward position, so he can't actually well present it. Eventually does manage to present it. Morne van den Berg is going to pop it up to, looks like PJ Boerter. He's happy to just take the hit from Vincent Koch, and now Morne van den Berg asking for, I think it's going to go out to Johnny Lombard, or I wouldn't be surprised if we see Andres Coetzee clear this at the mid. Andres Coetzee behind the base of the up, giving a left boot. He enjoys that torpedo. Doesn't find touch though. So Stade Francais looking to counter from deep. And looks like, I think it's Chippers. Oh, that's oh my living. And Klubber Kanye has just flattened. Stade Francais going on the left-hand side. That was before it passed. Hickman and Baker in the tackle. But that was a huge hit from Klubber Kanye. Goodness me. And now the ball's come loose. Been dislodged. Lions doing very little wrong at the moment. Oh, a little cross kick there from Johnny Lombard. It's bubbled up, and Andres Coetzee is having to work really hard, but has managed to retain it. Puts in the air, does Lombard to procure Horn to chase, but uncontested there. The Lions eventually bring him down, but Stade Francais back inside their own half, waiting for some support to arrive. It eventually does. Now they're going towards the right-hand side. Carried there coming from Nathan Hugo, I think. Yeah, it was. Now James Hall just bringing things back. And he's going to, I think it's going to go out towards the left-hand side. Yeah, 2 Stade Francais chasers. Tested for Johnny Lombard. He goes up. He takes it very nicely. And spins away for a couple. And he gets the offload away. Very nice little touch there from Johnny Lombard. We now need a scrum off chaps. Emil van Heerden will oblige from the looks of it. Asnatin Klabakanye is waiting to receive this. I was very impressed with us in Clavicania last week. I thought he put a tremendous amount of work and he started really well once again here. I think we could have a very good tight head on our books. And another one who, all the comments about his weight and his size, gets around the park, he's going to do a lot of work. Warren van der Berg now putting up in the air. Kieran Horn chasing, managed Tuka lurking as well. Kieran Horn pushing a couple people out the way. Ball comes to Higuin. He skips one and falls in front of Clavicania and the ball gets tossed back. James Hall under a little bit of pressure with a lot of numbers out here for Stade Francais. They want to use it, they don't. It bounces off Marius Lowe. The tackle is eventually completed by Darren Landsberg. And he gets up to make another tackle. The ball comes loose. Warren van der Berg is hacked at a head and penalty for going straight over. So first penalty, Stade Francais, opportunity here for them to score some points. And Marius Lowe is actually hammered there. Hammered. Also, it is flipping baking down here in Johannesburg. I'm sweating my socks off here. So, Stade Francais going for the line. Looking for the rolling more, and which is how the Lions scored their first try. But it looks pretty well defended from the Lions as they start to come through the middle, and they are playing. The cameraman or director is yet to cut back to the action, but eventually we do go into Cox's first carry, brought down by Jaco Creel. Good to see Jaco Creel back in the park, and I think it'll be a very big asset come the breakdown, which we kind of missed a little bit from the Lions' perspective. Up front, on the left-hand side, and looking to work away towards the right. Inside ball, well, it's a horrendous bit of handling there. And managed to come to clean up, trying to get a bit of space. Lombard, if he got the tackle away, could have been interesting, but we'll go back for the initial knock-on. So it'll be a scrum for the Lions. Stade Francais handling not where it probably should be so far. And I, for one, I'm not going to complain. Dion Frank saying, hope Jordan Henderson injury is not too serious. We options are 10, 100%. Good to see that Johnny Lombard has started pretty well here, despite the early miss, for example. But yeah, it's looked pretty good from a distribution and controlling the game point of view. Oh, but going Lions. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, the lads. Yeah, I mean, looking at the cheapest, looking at the polls, blowing in the wind, you understand how Johnny Lombard's first attempt just whizzed off to the right. So the wind just completely took it. It does look very windy and blustery over there in Paris. Paris! Oui, oui! But very, very happy with the start here so far. We cleared their punch here. It does find touch as well. So good exit there from the Lions. We'd like to see. All right, so 7 points to 3 after 21 minutes, and so far so good for the Lions. Under a little bit of pressure there, defense holding firm, forcing the knock on, which is good to see. Early ball, it's a good tackle being made by Milford. Well, it's a good hit in anyway. The replacement, Adogu, who almost hit through there. Hickop and vacated quite quickly. And the grabber in behind, Edel van der Merwe is there to clean up. And he's backing his pace, drifting right to the side. Still going to Edel van der Merwe, Just keep going laterally, a little straight, but he runs towards a bit of support. That's really good work from Edel van der Merwe. Buying some time, drifting very far towards the left. Not making too many meters, but I think more to the point, running towards some support as Emil van Heerden is hit hard by Tamani and driven back. Morne van den Berg will now probably go back to Andrew Kutsia, who's in the pocket. There's a good touch behind there from Johnny Lombard. Yeah, smooth sailing. I think our first doors. No, Spitz, apologies this has been answered, but what is the kit the Lions are playing? Well, I don't know. I think it's so. I mean, I don't understand. We've got a white kit. Why aren't we playing in our white kit? Yeah, I mean, literally, I think it's literally a training shirt, which I reckon they've just stuck some numbers and the sponsors on. It's bizarre. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. We used to have such nice blue kits as well. How do we not have a third kit? But also, we've got a white kit. Why are we not playing our white kit? And they better not think that this is a Challenge Cup kit because I am buying this. It's horrendous. I mean, why is it yellow? Ugh. No, it's horrendous. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it definitely wasn't planned to be because you can see all the Emirates are coming off, so it's definitely like a last minute thing, and you can see also the numbers. I don't think are also been stuck on. So I think it's just a training shirt that they kind of sort of just wearing it in the match. It's a bit of a strange decision. But anyway, Vincent Koch hit hard in the tackle by Willem Alberts and Emil van Heerden. And James Hall directing the traffic, asking for a couple of runners towards his left. He's looking to go to the box kick. Kieran Horn, that's very nice under the high ball and some support. So good, good take from him. Now PJ Buerta. Territory swaying a lot at the moment. Lions playing a lot of the rugby inside their own half. All right, Morne van der Berg. Going to go to the box kick here. Lifted high in the air. Kieran Horn, a lot of traffic ahead of him. He's struggling a bit with traffic. And oh, there's a bit of space down the side. And thank you. I keep saying there's a lot of traffic. I mean, Kieran Horn is trying to run through like 45 players to get into to try and contest for the ball. Gerard Forsley saying, first time watching back home from holiday. Happy New Year to you, brother. Let's go Lions. Can't wait for the Sharks game. Happy New Year to you. Yeah, it's been a good start. Well, it's been a strange start of the year, but yeah, hope your holiday was good. I need a holiday. I need to get away, people. I've actually made a pact that at the end of this year I will actually take leave. Like I will actually like close on a day and take 2 weeks and just not work because I haven't done it since like my first year at university. Because I always used to work in holiday backs anyway. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed your holiday. It's always nice to get away. I think I'm going away hopefully in April for a couple of days, which is going to be quite nice. Very looking forward to that. But yeah, where'd you go? Down the coast, beach. What's the chat? And there's the beach. Well, I suppose it's probably the Sharks, so the beach could be home. Jean Renal says, the media does the SA commentator always talk negative about SA teams when the opposite team does something. It's the best thing ever. Well, I haven't really listened to much to the commentary. That's looking really more though from the Lions. Just outside the 22. Looks pretty well set. Now comes to a close. To a halt, and Morne van den Berg is going to have to take this out. PJ, can you present the ball here? Morne van den Berg is now having to go dig this out. Eventually gives it to Marius Lowe. Marius Lowe is going to go himself. Emil van Heerden. That's a nice ball carry from him. Morne van den Berg pops it up to JP Smith. JP Smith puts his head down. And yeah, thank you. I mean, hand beyond the ball is a penalty. I don't think they were running away. Yeah, I mean, we could have yellow cards here. Just continued infringements. You know, I want to see some discipline here, Mister. I want to see some action. Dion saying take some time off following the World Cup final. Probably after the World Cup cricket final, to be fair. Yeah, the World Cup is going to be manic. Like, I'm like a weird mixture of super excited and almost like panicking, just thinking about how much we're going to be putting out. It's going to be epic, though. We've got such cool plans for the World Cup. Like, I want to tell you guys what we're planning, but I won't. I'm going to be disciplined, and we'll have formal announcements for these things. But we've got some very big plans for the World Cup. It's going to be flipping cool. I'm hoping that we're going to produce, content that is never you've never seen the type of content before that we're going to try and do. We're going to try. Can't make any promises, but we're going to try. But I've got big plans, big plans. Lots of games, lots of action. Lots of teams, it's going to be very cool. World Cup, lots of rugby. Oh yeah, and this one just going to the left-hand side there from Johnny Lombard. You can see with the wind, Morne van den Berg actually to actually hold it on the tee. That's a bit of, it's a horrendous kick. Yeah, so ball falling over. So rushing that kick, there's Johnny Lombard and putting it to the left. Not having a good time with the wind. John said, do you think Bulls will beat Exeter or screw up like always? It's a good Bull side. It's a very good Bull side. So I reckon the Bulls will do the business. No Jake White, so I think that's going to be a big loss. Very deep restart there, and Johnny Lombard's going to return the... Oh, he just dropped it. I mean, why do I have the commentators cursed? All I was saying is that Johnny Lombard is looking pretty good, and then he snaps a kick, and he's literally trying to shuffle his hands for an up and under, and he's dropped it. That's bizarre. You don't even see it on like under 9 fields. Come on, Johnny. I'm backing you. I'm a big advocate of yours. Don't make me look bad here. Right, so scrum them Stade Francais. Getting past the tackle and eventually Moni van den Berg. He gets a lot of work to Moni van den Berg as a sort of sweeping defender. He probably has to because we can't make tackles. So that's a much better tackle there from Jack Creel. James Hall, slow ball here. Big hit there from Moses O'Meal. But so far, Lions defense. And Tamani, and the ball's been dislodged in the tackle. And that's what I like to see. As I said, the physicality. Tamani's he's a big lad. I definitely wouldn't be looking to box against, Sinclair Tamani, who is Tonga-born Australian, 36 years, and he just puts his head down. But he runs into Willem Albert. You don't run into the wall. The bone collector. I mean, the guy's called a bone collector for a reason. Like, even if he's old, like, you don't run into him and think you're going to bully him. Nice big scrum there from the Lions. Trying to find the penalty. Stand up, so we'll have a reset there. Big scrum there. Penalty advantage. Johnny Lombard can't do anything right at the moment. And he's getting a bit annoyed with himself. Right, Maurice Spitz saying, I feel that the refs being told to watch the time wasting close as harried kickers this year, more missed kicks and charge down. The Cheers game was full of charge downs yesterday. That's very interesting. Kurt said, yeah, I think it was great. Secunda's home win was in Cape. Traffic always bad, but safe and sound. Well, glad you managed to get away. I was actually get down to Western Cape. I actually haven't been down there in a while. I must do more in Cape Town. Like, I end up going to Cape Town for like 2 days and I come back. I'm just going to do Stellenbosch, go check out Paul, watch some cricket down there. Maybe go down and watch a Varsity Cup match, for example. Oh, that's a massive tackle. He managed to go. Goodness me, he's been hammered. And Tamani has turned that over really well, it must be said. So turnover possession here for Stade Francais. Now, it looks like Stade Francais are playing with the wind, judging by the kicks there, because they seem to get a lot of pressure on them, whilst I think Johnny Lombard's been kicking into the wind, same as Kieran Horn. And Kieran Horn not finding touch there. Does get past the one defender. Eventually, Emil van Heerden gets across. Makes a lot of tackles in Emil van Heerden. It's weird. They still have yet to like announce a signing. They're kind of like, oh, that's a good cross kick. Inside ball. Oh, thankfully it's missed it. And thankfully, Venom Alberts has managed to bring in Tamani. And a bit of support. Now, Peter, get over your hands in there. Get in there, man. But Lions support eventually getting back. Jeepers, I love this guy. He gets up quickly, makes the big hit. He throws Hugan down. Wants to try and get over the ball as well. Well, turn over ball now. And he's go! Running mill! And penalty for not releasing as well. I'm going to say yellow card here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Just repeated infringements. Get out. So love me in the dark. And yellow card, Stade Francais. Get out of here, man. And hopefully we can capitalize on that because, jeepers, I mean. I want to see how many tackles and Clavicanya's already made. That man's on a mission at the moment. Ball over the top. And it goes to Clavicania. He just plucks it out the sky. Yeah, that wasn't a particularly good line, but we managed to maintain possession. So small battles. Emmanuel Stuka. Sorry, it's Darren Landsberg, in fact, who's carrying that up. Morne van den Berg. Going to, this is Emmanuel Stuka. Making a few yards, as he inevitably always does. Quick ball here from Morne van den Berg. Goes to Johnny Lombard. Inside ball to Emil van Heerden. Running a nice line there. Bit more of the Johnny Lombard type of touches we want to see. That's another Clavicania first receiver. Give it to Lombard. Moving towards the space. Oh, it's low. You're so much space, so much space. Maurice Lowe takes that. There's so many options. Yeah, look painful. Look upset. Because I'll cuck. It was rubbish. Do better. A couple of changes here from Stade Francais. Is that a front row placement we might be seeing? Is that Natin Clavicania once again sent a loose head packing in the first half? Right, scrum time for Stade Francais. I say Marcelo such self player who passes when he needs to. Well, he needs to catch a bloody ball before he can pass to this, right? I think that's gone out in the full, you know. Right, so yeah, it is out in the full. So it's a loud line. The line up just outside the 22. Perfect position here. Good line up there to manage to the man taking it, and the Moors got a bit of a run as they get into the 22. Yeah, JP Smith controlling things. One's the call, so presenting it to Morne van den Berg. He goes to Mario Slow. Mario Slow goes to Johnny Lombard. Running wrap around from Kieran Horn and stumbling there. Pity if he had managed to hit that at pace, would have been interesting. Now, Morne van den Berg got a bit of pressure. Willem Albert's a bit half a gap, but Willem Albert's not going to take too many gaps too quickly. No longer has the pace. Or he doesn't have particularly fast, but yes, he's a bit pedestrian these days, but still quite a valuable player. Now this is Johnny Lombard to Mario Slow. Run the hands, and he cuts inside. Does take two to bring him down. Good continuity here. Now managed to get inside ball to Willem Albert. Just looking for the gap. Gets the offload away, and it comes off the chest of Morne van den Berg. Vincent Koch is over there, and Asnat and Klabakanya looked like he was going to sit on him. I don't think Koch would appreciate it if he had. But let's go another replacement, another sub here for Stade Francais. Yeah, the hooker replacement. Perle Blanc is on and Penis is on. Right, 2 minutes to go. Come on, lads, find some points here. The fact that we're only 7-0 after what has been a very dominant performance is really frustrating me. How many chances do Lions need to keep this last part of the game? Exactly, literally. I mean, we should be like 14, 19 points probably ahead here potentially. I mean, we've missed 2 penalties, so we literally could be 13 points ahead. But I feel like we should have scored a try by now. And chaps, if you can't convert, dominance into points, it's gonna be a long game. Come on, lads. Show me something here. Show me something. Big scrum, penalty, tap and go. Asnate Klabakanya. Just, let him take this quick tap, let him throw a couple of passes around. Put him at 10. Release him. Man's got slick hands. Put him on conversions as well. Oh, it's a nice hit as well. Klabakanya is enjoying himself that side. Very solid scrum there. Not moving on the lines. And stuff like that. Looks to keep it alive. Gets inside of Mario Slow. Eventually finds gets the kick away. It's a decent clearance, it must be said, up towards the 10-meter line. So Lions will have a final opportunity to attack Stade Francais. Less than a minute to go on the clock. Good take there. Another looking Maud as well. The Mauds look pretty good. And Morne van den Berg, yeah, he was rightly saying this player cannot be there. Just directing a bit of for the referee. Ball needs to come out there. Jakob Creel's gone in to try and fetch the ball and bring it back. And he does manage to present it to Morne van den Berg. Right, what can we cook up here? Go to Maurice Lowe. Maurice Lowe goes himself. Pretty much goes straight to ground. Quick ball now for Morne van den Berg. Goes to Darren Landsberg. Just to hold on to the pass. And it's gone loose in the tackle. Advantage. Stade Francais looking for the counter attack. And the ball comes loose. And that should be half-time. It is half-time. Right, there we go, people. Half-time score 7-0 to the Lions. Annoying because the Lions have actually been pretty good. They've very much dominated that half, and yet the scoreboard only reads 7 points to 0. So it's annoying. But anyway, hopefully a bit of a chat at half-time will sort a few things out. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Don't go away. Go get your beverages. Go settle in. Get some snacks. Got back-to-back rugby here. We've got this, followed by the Sharks game, followed by the Bulls game. We've got cricket starting at 5:30. We're moving over here. The channel's grafting to make you guys close to the game. To make you guys hopefully enjoy things a bit more. To make your weekends a little bit better. That's our goal in life. We aim to please. And we'll see you guys in a little bit. Go get your beverages. Maybe get a beer or something. I'm not. I'm very hungover. Maybe later. And I'll see you guys very soon. Right, and we are back. Kickoff between Stade Francais and the Lions in the second half. And it's a very, very bad kickoff there. Oh my living, and Morty van den Berg's been hammered there, so that's not gonna he's not gonna appreciate that too much. Yeah, very interesting first half where the Lions were very dominant and had very good moments. The Stade Francais never really looked like scoring, and yet, yeah, they're only ahead by 7, so it's a bit annoying. Hopefully we'll see us try and convert our pressure to a bit more points this half. Look, I mean, the score remains 7. I'll take it. But it's frustrating. But he's definitely in the game. I think it's the main thing. Obviously, where the heck does one even watch the Challenge Cup? Well, it's on Super Sport. I think Flow Rugby's actually got it. We've got a how to watch video on somewhere in the channel. I can't actually remember offhand. But I'm pretty sure Flow Rugby has it. I think ITV actually shows some of the games for free. And so, for example, the Sharks game later is being shown for free on France TV. So you can use ExpressVPN and get there. Morty van den Berg putting James Bond a bit of pressure. Vincent Carr, penalty for what? For what? I call nonsense. And the annoying thing is they went down to 14 men and we didn't capitalize and score any points. That really annoys me when you get that 1 man advantage. And I mean, we're actually defending for the last minute of what should have been or what will be the red card, yellow card. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a last minute. Stephen, wake up, man! Come on. Anyway, yeah. So the last minute of the yellow card at 37 seconds, as they just sort of wind it down, and yeah, we haven't. JP Smith is down, receiving a bit of attention. We need him to play on. He's played well. Really impressed with him, actually. I admittedly wasn't very excited when we signed him, which I don't think is that unfair, really. I think it was, at the end of the day, you were signing him from Major League Rugby, and you're sitting there going, is that really the type of player we should be signing? However, I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong, and he's been superb, absolutely superb. Very, very happy with his graft. His brother's also, I don't think, as good. Gianni Lombard needs to get off this field, by the way, and we actually can't start him because we don't have a 10, because it's just his attempted clearance has been hammered against, has been charged down. Morty van den Berg jumped on it, and then has been smothered. And if we can get this ball out, I'm going to be very, very surprised. Jack Creel doing the Lord's VR turnover ball. That is all down to that's all down to Johnny Lombard not being able to exit. Right, come on, chaps. We need a big scrum now. So under a lot of pressure here. If they score here, I'm going to be very, very upset. Like, very upset. Like, it'll be difficult to get more upset, to be honest. The ref is just dodging that ball, and Lions have bundled out. That's actually good defense, to be fair. Bundled out Nadir Medud. As the ref had to down there. Right, says Pro Rugby Cheers game didn't even have commentary. Oh my goodness. I mean, why? I mean, literally, maybe I must DM these guys. And say, listen, Flow Rugby, you need commentators for games. You can organize. Yeah, somebody get into the DMs. I'll comment for Flow Rugby. Pay me the money. Show me the money. Or we can just overlay this. Tomorrow, a couple of phases here from Stade Francais, but the overall Lions defense is holding up quite well. Vincent Koch, I was trying to rip that ball. Tamani, pick up and go. Brought down by Creel. It's a good defense in the Lions. Stade Francais are making very little progress. Now advantage for side. Discipline. Discipline, boys. Discipline. Discipline, boys. Discipline. Oh, that's nice. What are they doing? It's about to do something. No, can't remember. Obviously, I got too many subscriptions. I'm not playing for Pro Rugby. Yeah, no, fair enough. Morris says, yeah, typically overlay this right now. The Pro Rugby commentary for this game is in French. Yeah, somebody said that the other day. Somebody said that. And that's not just Pro Rugby, actually. I saw somebody on Twitter complaining about the commentary being on French. Maybe we get a hold of Pro Rugby and just say, listen, chaps, just yeah. You know, we're doing the games anyway. Just chuck it. Can you imagine like arriving on Flow Rugby and not seeing this and just hearing people swearing at the at the teams? It'd be fun. It would be fun. I was in the middle of doing something and I can't remember what I was in the middle of doing. I know what I was doing. I remember. I remember the times. I remember the times. Okay, so just up on say knocking it over from the penalty. So 3 points to 7 is how now stands the Lions. It's very frustrating, not really capitalizing. And they go short from the line out. Everybody Merville was getting there, and a penalty for taking the man in the air. Q and Horn having a couple of words there. And now quite a few words being said to other various players. Yeah, Given Vegas going up there and getting his timing wrong. But back-to-back penalties. The Lions need to shape up a bit here. We've not started this half particularly well. A couple of basic errors, far too many. Discipline's been pretty poor as well. Got work to do, I think, is the summary of what's going on. Once at the back of the line out, knock on. So upon advantage, Morty Vandenberg goes to Andres Gutierrez, one of the space, steps inside. Go with the Andres. You do have other players there. We can get them involved. And slow ball here for the Lions. Advantage is open. Knock on Club Kanye to come off. Is there anything he can't do? New offside. Andres Gutierrez launched it down. Didn't he say it was offside? No, apparently not. Okay, so Stade Francais looking to counter-attack now. Drifting towards the left, getting away from Darren Landsberg. Getting away from Morris Lowe. The tackle eventually coming from Jaco Creel, not on the side. Cuts in and runs in. Sorry, it was Chituka he got away with. Darren Landsberg getting across and making that tackle. Ball goes very high. I've got to look around my mark, and Johnny Lombard does call the mark. Look behind my mark to see where it was going. Now Johnny Lombard has launched us to the middle of the park. Edel van der Merwe has set off. Kieran Horn, important to come up as a line here. The return, the favour, Morne van den Berg will be under this. No, Andries Coetzee comes into the picture and into the frame. A bit of time out as Andries Coetzee gives it to Morne van den Berg. He sees a bit of space down the left hand side. He goes to Henk van Veek. Van Veek comes inside, eventually brought down just inside Stade Francais half. Morne van den Berg got some quick ball here, doesn't really get it. Just taking his time. Marius Lowe goes to Asnat and Clavacania. PJ brought it first receiver. Andries Coetzee not much on, and his kick has been charged down. And the ball's gone loose, and I think Edel van der Merwe now it's gone back. I think James Hall that's actually cleaning it up. No, I lie like a flat fish. James Hall is there. Here's the Batterati. Now looking to go very wide quite quickly. I'll start Francais. They do have a bit of an overlap. We need a shift. Marius Lowe needs to shift across. Eventually does complete the tackle. And Ahmed was taking it up, and they didn't manage to get it out though. Right up against the touchline here. Jaco Creel trying to get his hands over the ball, but a couple of Stade Francais players were arriving to clean him out. There comes the box kick from Hall. Yeah, looking at the potential penalty here, Johnny Lombard, and he's quite sore afterwards, but his eyes always in the ball. I don't think he didn't even actually attempt to tackle. It's kind of a mid-air collision, not much in there if you ask me. No, I don't think we're talking about a yellow here or anything, chaps. Surely not. Surely not. So Van van Nooren's looking very cold up there. I don't think he's very sharp for life. He's got a yellow card for that. What? Marcus Cremont to the park. Well, at least that's a guaranteed yellow card, so. Yeah, so Johnny Lombard's going to go off. Then that's the last thing. I'm interested to see what we do here. We don't actually have enough flowers. So I imagine Andries Coetzee will go into the 10. Manny Russ will come on, but he'll go to, and then Kieran Horn will go to full back. That would be my guess. Yeah, Lombard getting the other card. I'm not sure I agree with that, but what can you do? What can you do? And the answer is not much. Good line there from Stade Francais. They're on the brink here, and that's looking really more. It's going to be a try. Hold up. Hey! That's huge. I mean, how have they done that? Come on! And we're moving, you lads. And we're moving. Come on. Come on, the buggers. Morning Van den Berg, the man that comes up with it. What a lad. What an absolute lad. Another changes here. So Andrews Gutierrez will restart. I'm imagining Andrews Gutierrez will be playing in 10 year. I'm sure, as I said, I'm sure Kieran Horn will move back into, well, to full back for the time being. Let's see, to go long. Another huge hit from Willem Alberts, and Jakob Kriel forcing the dock on there from James Hall as well. Good, well played. Good intensity. Good intensity. Oh, he's out. He's out cold, yeah. I think Willem Alberts might have done his. Well, you're looking at a red card here potentially. I don't know where the contact is. I think it's shoulder contact. I think this is actually fine. Ah, come on, man. I mean, Mr. Rev. That's the dumbest thing ever. What I don't need is your players coming and celebrating the knock-on. I mean, they don't know the Oaks down injured. No, let's see this. I think we see the other angle here. So if Roberts goes down and he kind of dips into, you can't see anything from this angle here. This is probably a better angle. Yeah, in many ways, I think JP Smith could be more in trouble than Willem Alberts. Come on, man. Let's keep this going. I think Willem Alberts might be alright. I think it's shoulder-to-shoulder contact. No foul players with the referee saying. I think that's right. I think he does dip at the last move. Willem Alberts is pretty low, hey? Now they're checking Ruan Smith. I mean, JP Smith, rather. Yeah, so that's what I said. I thought that JP Smith might be in more trouble here than Willem Alberts, actually. Yeah, looks like a yellow card, Jeff, for JP Smith. Great. We're down to 13. This is great. There's a lacquer masterclass on how to throw away a rugby match. Now, David Smith doesn't look very happy. It's a bit frustrating because, as he says the tackle drives him into JP Smith. He's got a tucked arm. So the assistant tackler, no, I mean you can't argue it. I mean, as I said, his arm is tucked to his side. It's just interesting when you think that, well, he tackled him into you, and you had your arm raised. Therefore, you're out of here. Right, so 2 yellow cards. Not going well, and they could kick themselves within 1 point. They do kick themselves within 1 point. Oh dear, oh dear. I think this could get uglier, lads. This is all of a sudden looking very sketchy. Come on, let's go play rugby in their half-court change, shall we? That's annoying because yeah, we were actually looking pretty good, and all of a sudden we're now down to 13 players. I just don't let that bounce. Thank you. Just send it back. Just send it back. Just send it back. Just send it back. It's more van Berg. I mean, why would you give it to the smallest oak on the flipping field? By the way, he's got his knee down. He's got his knee down, Mr. Ref. Yeah, he has to let it go. This is becoming very. Darren Landsberg, you can't do that. Down to 13 men. Like, we're struggling here. We're sweating out there. Darren Landsberg is going straight in and straight out of his hands. I mean, we're not going to put on a loose head, which means you've got to sacrifice somebody else. And that's not what we needed. We don't need to be scrumming now. Right now, we've got a man down on the defense, we've got a man down on the scrum. This is all of a sudden becoming a very difficult match to win. Right, 24 minutes left. There's still a lot of time in the game, unfortunately. We've got a 1 point lead, but yeah. So I think this is actually a debut. You know, I think this is yeah. I don't have a Reinhard Rittensberger. So good old Reinhard, go forth. Very excited to see his toys come on later, by the way. Oh, he's just dropped it. Yeah, they've. Oh. Morne van den Berg emerged from it. Blue hand in the scrum. I'm going to kick them. Oh, it's Darren Landsberg. You should be dropped. He should 100% be dropped for that. What an absolute moron. He's literally just gifted 3 points. I'll pull him off. I'll pull him off. Oh, dear. I mean, if I was Ivan van Nooyen, I'd be pulling out Darren Landsberg right now after that nonsense. He just gifted him a penalty. I'm an absolute idiot. It's also very hot. Like, I really need my fan not going on. When is load shedding here? That's what actually I was checking. I'm going to check my load shedding schedule. I just need a fan on here because I'm cooking. Well, he's missed it. Thankfully, Darren Landsberg, I'll tell you what, go and buy him a beer because you are very lucky. Okay, cool. Pass you back in the next 5 minutes. Fantastic. Means my fan can come back. Whoa. That's tomorrow. I was about to say, I saw like 6 o'clock and I was like, no, surely not. Right, so we've gone away with that. 58 minutes. The Lions still leading by 1 point, down to 13 men. So things are not going particularly well, being brutally honest here. Got 2 cards there. Try and Is that show 2 cards enough for you guys? I hope so. I don't know. Maybe like do what they do little small ones next to the thing. We'll get there. Don't have to usually put up 2 cards, so. Alright, Stade Francais with possession. Penalty again. Not released as a story, I think. Oi. It's a good line out there from Stade Francais. They're right on the doorstep here. Marcus Kramer on the park. On Marcus Kramer. Why didn't the Lions get Marcus Kramer? Like, I feel like that's would be very good signing for most teams, I suppose. And that's been scored. Try. And the Lions are throwing this away. Really have thrown it away. 2 yellow cards. It's going to be. It's kind of inevitable, wasn't it? You know, you can't play rugby with 13 men. Not going well yet, chaps. Not going well. Okay, listen, where's the power here? I need my fan or something on here. Offloading the bench here. Why are we not using our bench, by the way? I don't think anyone's come on for the line so far. And we've got nice players on the bench. Bring on Sanguini. Bring on JC Pretorius. You can leave everyone Charlie on the bench. You don't have to bring him on. Don't bring on Andre Warner. Yeah, actually, that's it. Bring on JC Pretorius, Sanguini, basically. That's a pretty poor kick. That's miles to the right. So, 4-point lead for Stade Francais as we enter the last 20 minutes. Yeah, it's not going well. I mean, this whole 13 players is never going to go well, is it? Right, deep restart, Manchester could see up. Right, against the touchline. Kieran Horn getting at the top there to make that tackle. And Hickers Vivek trying to get his hands over that. But yeah, at the moment, 18 minutes to go. Lions got to find a try from somewhere. But we've got to try and get our players back on the park. At least get Ryan Lombard back. I mean, we're currently trying to play without our playmaker, fly half. I mean, it's not like he's only the most important player in the side, basically. And the clearance from James Hall will find touch. And that brings Johnny Lombard on, at least. At the very least, we're back to 13. Small victories. I mean, 14. We're back to 14. Small wins, They're all about the small wins. All right, come on, Johnny. I need you to cook here. And what does the PJ Bush do? He goes and throws it over the top of the lineout. I mean, how can our lineout still be so criminally useless? Like, they're horrendous. They are a joke. Just now losing all the small battles. I mean, we finally got a set piece in Stade Francais half, and PJ Boyd throws it over the top of the line. I mean, you've got to wonder. You really do. It's a long kick there that Kieran has to go and chase. More called. So this is going to be a turnover ball. I mean, you can't get any worse here. Things cannot go any worse. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this game's gone. You know, it's been frustrating, and yeah, very strange decision for Kieran Horn to actually to hold the ball and not return the kick. And you live to regret it. Unfortunately, he has very much lived to regret it. I didn't mean to bring on Marcus Kramer. I want to bring on Marcus Kramer. Like, imagine the Lions bring on Marcus Kramer. Or just imagine the Lions have Marcus Kramer to bring on. And as you can imagine, the scrums are disaster. Penalty advantage. James Hall is caught on the ball by Morne van den Berg. But they'll go back for the penalty. And if I'm Stade Francais, I'm popping this over, taking an 8-point lead and going back to the drawing board. I think it's exactly what they probably will do as well. Yeah, it's frustrating. This is the game the Lions should have, could have, and are not going to win at this rate. And it's annoying because, as I said in the first half, I said if you can't convert your good passer play and the pressure to points, things can turn very quickly, and things did turn very quickly. They went down to 13 men, conceded a try, conceded another penalty. Da 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 da. Yeah, and that looks pretty good. So no issues there with the kick. Something about the volume. Well, nobody else is complaining about the volume, so I'm not sure if anybody else is having that issue. We've been live for, well, first of all, we've been live for 66 minutes, but we've also been live the entire week with the same microphone. There's been no complaints about volume, so yeah, maybe check if there's anything on your side, because yeah, everything seemed to have been fine. Right, DP still there from Johnny Lombard, and this is suddenly a long way back. 14 points to 7. You've got to try and score a converted try to try and maybe burgle a draw as Stade Francais go running from the mall up towards the halfway line. And a penalty, another penalty. No, don't go to the freaking bin. We just had 2 yellow cards. I think if Vake's been yellow carded. I mean, goodness me. It's been annoying. Did feel that they had a couple of cynical infringements in the first half, but hey, I'm not going to be that person. We're finally back to full contingent. Now we've gone down to 14 again for the last. We'll only have 50 minutes with 3 more. We'll be back to 15 for 3 minutes at the end of the game. Yippee. Yippity doo dah. Pulls out. Big defense needed now for the Lions. Stade Francais on the 22. Yeah, represented for Tamani. Lots of men out wide. Choose not to use them though. I reckon. I mean, the Stade Francais just have to go out wide like once, and there. Oh, well, that's a horrendous pass. There's definitely a trip on Emmanuel Stuka as well, so we'll go back for the knock on. Oh dear, 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 dear. Now the penalty, and they're going to go to corner here, and what could have been a pretty good result has been frustrating, and it would have been a massive result as well, considering the Lions team that is out over there, because we've got a hell of a lot of injuries, very little depth anywhere as a union, and it's annoying because we were in this game, we were very much in this game, and then a couple of that's a good more defense, it must be said. And Ron Australia, I think, has got hands on the ball. It doesn't matter to hold on though, so it's available for James Hall. Marcus Kramer calling for it. Also, like, do we not like our bench? I mean, Ruan Charlie is the only substitute that's come on, and Regensberger, who had to come on because of that. And it's a very nice tackle. Turnover ball. Emmanuel Stuka coming away with it. Chaps, let's go end to end, score a try, find a penalty, win the game. The Marbles go to Klabakanya, go to Morning Vandenberg, who does the sensible thing this time and does kick towards touch. So he's not kicked particularly well. He's not going to find touch. Kieran Horn is up there. And they've gone past him. Eventually gets back and helps Ruan Australia complete the tackle. Back there, Stade Francais. Lots of space. I think once again out wide. And they skip the man, and it's a horrible pass in the end, and it's another knock on. It's pretty. I'll be honest, it's not been a particularly good standard of rugby today. It's not been a great advert for the game. Does seem to be pretty tricky conditions. Apparently very windy. And I think a little bit wet, given the fact a couple of the cameras seem to have some water on it. But we're seeing a lot of handling errors, in very little, not that much. Here we go. So Regensburg's back on the park. Andre Warner on. Yippity doo dah there. Well, what can we do? What can we do? We've got to try and scrum well, and we've got to find a try. It's a good line take there from Darren Landsberg. I'm surprised still on. I would have taken him off after that penalty you could see it earlier. Michael Van Vuren onto the park and completes the line out pretty well. All right, now Warner goes to the boot. Won't find touch. Edel van der Merwe is chasing hard. And it's another knock on. Turnover ball. And Johnny Lombard is caught on the ball. Can we go back for the knock on, Mr. Ref? We've gained very little advantage here. Edel van der Merwe getting inside. Morris low. Get him to the halfway line. A couple of phases. Yeah, thank you. We never had an advantage there. Go back for our knock on. Right, so scrum inside Stade Francais territory. Ideal situation is a big scrum, a penalty, you kick to the corner, you score a try, they kick back to you, you go to find another penalty, you kick for 3 points. Ball's available, so Warner comes away with it, goes to Andres Kutsia measures up Edel van der Merwe. Haven't really seen Edel van der Merwe too much, gets past Timmy, that's a nice carry from him. Lions on the front foot, Andrew Warner now going to... I'm hoping that's a gum guard that's come flying out, because I hope it's not a couple of teeth. But something white and small is going flying out after that collision. And now Marius Lowe to Manuel Tuka. Slowly progressing from one side of the field to the next. Now going back towards the left, Aaron Landsberg. And Marcus Kramer was up pretty quickly, doing what Marcus Kramer does best, unfortunately. Now going down the blind side once again, Chatuka. Getting through a lot of work. Ball's available for Andres Kutsia. Darren Landsberg is so useless, man. He is an absolute shocker today. Get him. Why is he still on the park? I don't understand. You've got Sanguini and JC Pretorius. We're not going to use them. Now Stade Francais are just busy playing like blooming basketball passes all around here. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, deep kick there, should be able to mark it. Andres could see underneath it. He's dropped it, so you can't mark it if you drop it, Andres. Well, it's stayed in. I mean, really, chaps? Really, really? I mean, that kind of sums it up, doesn't it? That little pasture player there. On the front foot, going pretty well. And then... Darren Landsberg just drops it, and then they kick deep, and then you should see a try. Could have marked it, but instead he drops it, and that was just all a bit of a joke, to be honest. Tackle after the whistle, though, Mr. Ref. Right, Yakupil goes off, which means I think James Victoria should be on. Should be quite cool to see how he goes. Has made the switch to 15s. There he is. JC Pretorius plays on the flank. Wants to sort of emulate the Quacker Smith role, and then hopefully he can really emulate it to the degree of becoming a mainstay in a box side. Big scrub you need to do, lad. Have a reset. Yeah, I'm really hoping to see more of Jace Pretorius. I think he could be a really cool signing, actually. Especially, as I said, if he can sort of get into that Quacker Smith mold. That could feel struggling a lot with fitness, so it'd be nice to add to that back row. I mean, it's not really the positions we need to be strengthening, but we're certainly not in a position to not want players. And I'm hoping he could be quite a special player. Incredibly quick. Very dogged in his defense. Free kick there from Stade Francais. And they'll probably just take another scrum, to be honest. Good scrum there. And Stade Francais on the 5-meter line. I mean, it's still a bonus point at the moment for the Lions, I suppose. The only, well, never mind, because I think it's penalty advantage. On full side. Oh my goodness. Leinster always, as always, hammering Gloucester 7.2. That's always fun. Jason Pretorius now trying to get his turn over the breakdown there, but it's a penalty advantage. It wouldn't matter anyway. It's been a very annoying game. It's because we have not been out, and they just left it behind, Marcus Kramer. Because we've not been outclassed yet. I think that's the most frustrating thing, and there's nothing more frustrating than a game where you're actually in it and you probably should have won it, and then just too many yellow cards at the end of the day. And we've played with 14 and 13 men for, oh my living. I mean, I think if we look at the second half, I reckon we were only a full contingent for about 20 minutes, maybe, at a push. They're going to take the 3 points here, which will remove the bonus point. It's annoying. There it goes. Unless we can find a try or something. Get a penalty later and try and find a penalty. Alright, I'm just going to steer from very deep, going to Johnny Lombard. Going inside in front of Mervyn. He's trying to find a bit of space, trying to get in between two players. As the Lions progress into Stade Francais half. A try will get them a bonus point. That's the only thing really that the Lions still playing as Willem Alberts gets the gap. Warner going to Hickam and Baker's come back. So we're back to full contingent. Hickam and Baker's just thrown straight out. And that is... Yeah, no, listen, that sums a lot of the game up, to be honest. That was dreadful from Henk van Beek. He's come back from a yellow card and thrown the ball straight out. Difficult to really put this performance into words, apart from just very, very shit in the second half, to be perfectly honest. Just dreadful. Dreadful second half. First half, cool, lacquer. Good more there would take from Stade Francais. The hooter has gone, so as this has walked over and into touch, that will be the game. People, thank you very much for joining us. We will be live in about an hour's time. In fact, in about an hour's time, about 50 minutes time. And yeah, an annoying game for the Lions because again, it could have won and maybe even should have won. But that is how the cookie crumbles. Unfortunately, we'll be live in an hour for the Sharks game, so come join us then. And we'll also be live in about half an hour. For an hour. We'll be live in 50 minutes for the Sharks game. We'll be live in about half an hour for the SA20. So we'll see you guys there as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.